Book one of the Tattersalls October Yearling sale concluded as the highest grossing sale in European auction history, with a further 5 lots making over 1 million guineas, making it a record total of 17 seven-figure lots for the entire sale, and a new sale topper at 4 million guineas, the highest price paid for a yearling anywhere in the world so far this year. Lot 418 is the first foal of champion race mare Dank by Galileo and was consigned by Liam and Jenny Norris of Norris Bloodstock on behalf of West Blagden, and as anticipated was the subject of plenty of interest from the sale's leading buyers. David Redvers and Kerry Radcliffe took the bidding past the 2 million guineas mark before the pace quickened into a duel between the Coolmore team and John Gosden, with the latter alongside the Godolphin team landing the winning bid of 4 million guineas. She is the 6th horse to sell at Tattersalls for 4 million or more and the 2nd highest price paid for a yearling filly ever.
John Gosden, thank you very much indeed, sir.
I'm with now the breeder, James Wigan of West Blagden.
First foal of the mare, she was a beautiful filly. We've known throughout the year that she's a particularly nice filly, and she's gone on improving. She's got a great character, and she's always been a star. I mean, she's a real queen. She's got a lot of the mare about her, but hopefully she's got a bit of Galileo too. I think she's a good combination of the two, actually.
Day 3 saw a new stallion enter the top 10 for the sale when a daughter of the Irish national studs Invincible Spirit out of crack sprinter Cassandra Go sold to MV Magnia for 1.6 million guineas. The Ballyhimmakin consigned offering, who was bred by Trevor Stewart, is a half-sister to Group 3 winner Tickled Pink and received a further update to the pedigree when a daughter of her half-sister, Halfway to Heaven, Rhododendron, won the Prix de l'Opera at the weekend.
MV Magner, thank you, sir. 1,600,000 buys.
Newsells Park stud surpassed the million guineas mark for the 2nd time this week when lot 416, a Dubawi colt out of champion race mare and ARC winner Daydream, sold to Shadwell Stud for 1.5 million guineas. The underbidders were David Redvers and DDM.com before Angus Gold secured the impressive offering out of Mr Yoshida's champion mare.
Of course, Dubawi is the most hottest sire in Europe. So,
do you think he's inherited much from the mare yourself?
Strength of the body, reminds me the mother. Not too big and well compacted, well made body. One dream of mine for a long time is selling very good horse here. So that's what I tried.
Very classy look about him, and out of a top class race mare again. She was an absolute champion, sort of came from nowhere. Dubawi can pass on that really classy look, and he looked like whatever he does, he'll have a real good shot at being a top class horse.
Shadwell were also the successful purchasers of another Dubawi colt out of a champion race mare in the form of lot 347, a colt out of Attraction and a half-brother to the Sheikh Hamdan-owned Mark Johnson-trained El Arkham, who sold for 1.35 million guineas. It's the 2nd year in succession a colt out of the Duke of Roxburgh's mare has surpassed the million guineas mark, scoring another notable sale for Floors Stud.
He's got such a great temperament, and when he's been up here, he's just been a complete saint. Nothing's fazed him. He's come out of his box. He's stood. He's showed himself off. He's an athlete, and he's just been brilliant when he's been here.
What was it in particular about that colt that stood out for the Shadwell team?
I think for Sheikh Hamdan, obviously having his half-brother El Arkham, who's won 2 for 2, Gina, and is a very nice prospect for next year. By Frankel, obviously, and out of a top-class race filly. The first horse he wanted to see when he arrived here on Monday, and we had a look at him. He probably wasn't as strong as El Arkham at the same stage, a little bit immature, but as you say, a very good mover, and he was keen to buy him.
Kerry Radcliffe missed out as one of the underbidders on today's top lot, but struck later in the day to secure a son of See the Stars for 1 million guineas. The colt was sold here as a foal last year for 190,000 guineas, before going on to make 7 figures for his consignor, Deer Park Stud.
Kerry Radcliffe, thank you very much indeed, madam.
At the conclusion of an extraordinarily strong edition of Book 1, Tattersalls marketing director Jimmy George put the unprecedented levels of trade into context.
We knew from the word go it was a special Book 1 catalogue. It sets very high standards every year, but even by Book 1 standards, this was a little bit special. So even having said that, you can't really expect the sort of trade we've seen this week. It really has surpassed all expectations. The turnover has broken 100 million guineas, which is an extraordinary achievement. As recently as 2010, the turnover for October Book 1 was below 50 million guineas. So it's more than doubled in those few years. And that's a measure of the quality of the yearlings that are being offered at Book 1. And that is very much the key to the sale. Every year, the buyers come here knowing that they will find the very best yearlings to be found in Europe, if not the world. And crucially, the quality of the stallions out there in Europe now is, I'd say, arguably as good as it's ever been. And this is clearly catching the attention of the leading buyers from throughout the world. I mean, this year we had 17 million guinea plus yearlings, nearly double the previous record. And those yearlings were selling to buyers from Ireland, Dubai, Switzerland, Japan, America. I probably missed a couple there, South Africa as well. This is global trade we've been seeing this week, not just the usual faces. And I think that's what's made a difference this week. There have been buyers here that have probably never actually purchased in Europe before, and it's made a massive difference. And it's fantastic. I think it's a real tribute to the quality of the yearlings that the vendors bring to Tattersalls for Book 1, and the job that the consigners do. They produce these yearlings looking magnificent, then they go on to produce the goods on the racecourse, and that equally is key to the continued success. But obviously the real highlight was the 4 million guineas paid for the beautiful Galileo filly out of Dank, first foal out of an outstanding Group Grade 1 winning race mare. It's the highest price for a yearling in the world this year by some considerable margin, and the second highest price paid for a yearling filly ever. That was an absolute highlight for everybody, but it's been a week of superlatives. The average and the median have both risen almost 30%. The Ballymacole dispersal was a highlight of day one, with the Kingman filly selling for 1.7 million. Got that dispersal off to a fantastic start, and we're looking forward to that continuing and climaxing in the December sale.